started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Navigating Campus Dining with Food Allergies and Dietary Needs. I'm Amanda Mills, the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions, and very happy that our special guest speaker today, Laura Morturano, who you'll get to hear from in just a few minutes, is joining us. Following the presentation, we'll save some time for your questions. So please add your questions to the Q&A. This session is being recorded and will be available to rewatch on the Stony Brook Admissions YouTube page in a few days. I'll post that link for you in the chat later on so that you can bookmark it for later if you're interested. There are also a dozen or more other presentations from various departments at Stony Brook that you might be interested in hearing about. In addition, if you're interested in joining us for a virtual information session or an admitted student virtual session, we have several offered each month. We offer campus tours, and while our spring semester tours are currently full, the summer tour schedule will be posted in May, and the fall campus tour schedule will be posted in August. So don't worry, we'll definitely be able to accommodate you on a campus tour if you want to visit us. We also have a virtual tour option if you're unable to travel to campus. And if you want to visit on your own, we have a wonderful, very accessible self-guided tour. Okay, so without further delay, please join me in welcoming Laura.
All right. Hi, everybody. So my name is Laura. I'm the campus dietitian. We'll go over a whole bunch of slides. So we're just going to wait to the end to ask any questions. I'll answer any questions so I can get through my presentation. There's a great chance I'm going to answer a lot of questions within this PowerPoint presentation. So at the end, I'll get all your questions and we'll go through it. So like I said, I'm Laura. Welcome to Stony Brook. We are very happy to have you. We're excited to start the 2024 semester. So let's get started. So just an introduction, there I am right there, one in the middle. I have been a campus dietitian for about 6 years. This is my I'm going on my 6th year here. So I've seen a lot of students, all different aspects, a whole bunch of questions. I help all students navigate through every dining hall with food allergies, dietary intolerances, customized needs. I also work with students with any questions with eating well on campus, weight loss, weight gain. I also have wellness around the campus, so I have superfood tables, a whole bunch of education that can go around within our retail markets, and we'll get into all of that. I also lead the Teaching Kitchen program here on campus. So the first week on campus, I do a whole bunch of Teaching Kitchen series. So one of those classes is about food allergies and making a food allergy friendly recipe. So it's a really great part to get into that during welcome week, which is, I'm not sure when it is, but it's in the first week of August, one of those. So just an overview of the SBU Eats campus dining program. We have 2 dine-in locations. So typically those are the locations that you'll be able to swipe in. And they're our all-you-can-eat buffet style. They're self-serve. There's a whole bunch of stations within both of these locations. We also have retail locations. We have Roth, Sac, and as you go through for your tours, you'll definitely see these locations open. And we have a Subway, we have Jasmine, which is our international cafe. We have 4 food trucks on campus. And then within those retail locations, we have small mini stations throughout. So I think the last time I counted, there was about 51 retail locations, and including the dine-in, there's about like 87 places to eat. So a whole bunch of options that can definitely get everybody's preferences. So we handle, this is my point of view, but we handle, this is my aspect. We handle all allergens, celiac disease, specific needs, and anything anything about a food allergy or a food request. I have people with food allergies, intolerances, celiac, and medical nutrition related needs such as diabetes, PKU, you name it. So we also have on campus halal and kosher and plant-based eating. We have a halal kitchen, which is strictly halal food. And then we also have a kosher kitchen called Delancey Street. It is a meat kitchen, so there's no milk religiously within that station. And we also have plant-based menu items throughout our retail locations, but within our dine-in locations, our vegan station is called Rooted, and it does not include any animal products, and we also include honey in that too. So you won't get any meat. It's plant-based, plant-based chickens, plant-based everything, which is a nice plant-based, heart healthy option, really. So we have our menus. So our menus are they're located online. We use an app called Nutrislice. Nutrislice is going to be everybody's best friend because that is where all our menus will be. That is where you'll get all the information that is within our menus. We do the menus over the course of the summer. So the first week, I typically load all the menus on Nutrislice. So you can glance around now, and you can see what we kind of have going on. But a lot of things will be adjusted. New station concepts will come out. So you can peek around now, but definitely the first week of August, we'll have a much deeper conversation about the menus if we need to. It's a fun, exciting summer because we get to do all new things, take a break, rethink, recuperate from the prior year, and really introduce new stuff for the fall. So we have a really fantastic culinary team here on campus. And as we continue to grow our culinary team, a whole bunch of new preferences and new ideas will come out. So the first week of August, it will be kind of when everything will be up and loaded, and you can start checking out the menus kind of then. So Nutrislice is our digital platform, like I said. It's the online menus. There's the mobile version and there is the desktop version. So if you do scan that QR code, that can get to it. And you can download it. It's a free download. And this is where everything will be. I'm going to go through a tour later in the presentation, but this is just an overview. We also have our digital screens hooked up, and we have our digital labels hooked up as well. And we also added this year mobile ordering, and who knows what's next? Who knows? But it's a great program. A lot of interactive opportunities there, and it's really the place. And it's really it's a place to know everything about it. What we have been doing this year is really honing in and making sure that because of all the products that are changing throughout, about throughout the U.S., really honing in and connecting every product that we have into Nutrislice. So desserts will be the exact product that we have, the bakery options, and we'll go through that. And I'll have more of that information in August, like I said. But it's a good app to download when you get onto campus. So a few features, we have an icon system, we have allergen tags, we have ingredients, we have nutritional information, calories, protein, fat, micronutrients, and also has descriptions. So like I said, we'll go through the Nutrislice when we get down to the bottom. But we also, if you see here, we have the allergen filters, we have the special diet icons for Eat Well, which is a moderately it's well-rounded recipe. We have vegetarian options and vegan options, and we have a plant-centric option, which is if you're going towards more, you want to eat more plant-based, but still want to have some animal protein, that icon will appear on those recipes. Every semester, so like this year, just a little bit of a kind of a background. We have about 2,700 recipes that go through our system every single day. So it's a very powerful software, and every recipe is sent through by myself and cleared and checked off to make sure that everything is displayed accurately. And as we see here, we also have the icons for kosher, halal, locally sourced, and organic as well. So just the icons, those icons are vegan, vegetarian, halal, locally sourced. The top 9 allergens that we do flag for, we flag for the top 9. So wheat, fish, shellfish, peanut, tree nuts, which includes coconut, sesame, milk, soy, and egg. We will flag for these options, as you saw in the last slide. And we also have an avoiding gluten tag, which is a circle with a G, which I'll show you that. It's a manual tag, so all the recipes that do not contain gluten have that manual tag. I don't put it on unless I know that recipe is truly does not contain any gluten ingredients, including soy. So this is a picture of our digital labeling system. So our Nutrislice will also lead to the ingredients and the description and the calories as well. So we have, if those labels are above all the menu options throughout the campus. So you'll be able to scan that QR code, get the information. We also have the allergen tags on there as well. And everything is, so you can see what we have going on. And we'll get down to the other information shortly, but it's always best. So this is the first part of the kind of knowing what we have in the dining hall. But if you see something in there that you have a question or you just want to confirm the ingredients, we always ask to speak with a manager just to confirm last minute if things have changed. If something does change, it's about a 3-minute turnover. So if the menu items are flickering, if there was an update, there's about a 3-minute time when it gets from our back end program to the front program. So, and even some days it's faster than that. So I just like to make sure that any last minute information, we're always going to just confirm with the manager before we proceed, really. We have ingredient experts available all around campus. One of them is myself, but we also have executive chefs floating around that can answer any question about ingredients and products. And we'll go through that procedure in a little bit. So getting to know your resources. So this is the first step in getting to know your resources is talking to me first. Because what I can do is I'm able to navigate and help students navigate to where they need to be. We also have an executive chef with 8 other executive chefs here on campus. We have 1 lead, and then 7 that support him. And then we have all the other culinary team, and we also have the directors and the managers. Everybody is wearing an SBU Eats red gear, so students can locate any manager or executive chef as they need. I have one on right now, so we have nice red attire that can be easily spotted by students if they have any questions. We always like to make sure that there's a manager on the floor at all times. We will staff a few managers, so one manager can always be on the floor attentive to students, and then other managers kind of do whatever else needs to be done. So there's always somebody that can answer questions, that can help, that can locate any products, that can make sure that everybody is comfortable with eating with us on campus. So here I am. So what I do, just a small, just an overview. When you come to me in August, and if you have allergies, if you have any dietary needs, I would ask and encourage you to come talk to me first, because there are a lot of pathways that I can guide your student in the best way possible. And there are places that can be better, and we'll go through that. But there can be places that can be better for you to consume stuff compared to other things. And I also like to make sure that students are comfortable within the dining program. We don't want anybody to stress. Every The students will be stressed enough with school, so the last thing I want them to do is stress about eating on campus. So we really try to make sure it's a personalized experience here, and it's going to be a little crazy in the beginning, but we really try to make sure we work out all of the processes. So every day you have someone to go to. There's someone that there's a red shirt and a manager that can be readily available to help you. Um, so once you come to me, I'll go through all the process of the questions just to get some background and some information about your food allergy. And I also will develop a personalized meal guide. This will gather your likes, your dislikes, your allergen information, backup meals, just in case you can't think, you're stressed, or the chef doesn't, it needs a little more guidance. I will set up backup meals to make sure that they know what meals to prepare for you when you do come in, if you do come in. And also products and ingredients. So, for example, I have students that are gluten. They have celiac, but they also have an egg allergy. So we have the Udi's bread, but we also need to bring in an egg and a gluten-free bread, an egg-free and a gluten-free bread. So there's a lot of products that we do bring in. So it's just having that easy reference guide for the chefs, managers, and you to have and within every unit. Once we go over that personalized meal guide, it'll be provided to the staff that you're going to be most likely dining in. This way they have information, they know it, they have a plan. So if you do come in and you get confused or you have any questions or you don't know what to eat, we can make these suggestions for you. And then we also will answer I'll answer any questions about catering activities. Usually I'm pretty good and I know what's happening all around campus and where people and where they go. So like the first week, there's probably going to be a freshman barbecue floating around. So just knowing knowing who to go and how to handle those situations here on campus. The first week gets a little, it's very exciting week. So I don't want to be overwhelming you with, I don't know where to eat. So we'll get that all squared away the first week. And then after that, we'll schedule, once I get all your personalized meal guides down, your allergies, we will schedule a meet and greet with the SBU Eats team. And we'll sit down with the culinary team and management team, and we'll have a full meeting to make sure that they know your allergy or intolerance, or any need, and they're able to help you on the spot, and it's a seamless process. So this is a photo of um, my my personalized guide, but this is just a test, so I can show you what we have going on. So my background is in long-term care nursing home settings, so I have a very data and documentation based um, practice. But I just like to make sure that everything is documented and it's a seamless process. I use an app called Practice Better. Practice Better is where you're going to have, it's a HIPAA platform, but it's direct messaging with myself. I always joke, I have four phones. I do have four phones. So messages will come to my devices very quickly. If I don't answer right away, I may be sleeping. But I'm pretty good with answering any messages if you have any questions or kind of get into like a, oh no, what do I do situation. Also on there, you're able to book appointments, follow-up appointments. There's also food journaling. You can access your personalized meal guide and you can edit it on there, and you can update it if you someday just don't like chicken. You can edit it and then it'll alert me. I'll print it out and give it to the staff as well so they know not to give you chicken, making it up. And also on there, like I said before, I host a teaching kitchen classes. So every month we'll have a different lineup that's floating around. So if there are recipes that are allergen friendly or in accordance to your allergy, you could definitely book on there, which is definitely a fun time. So when a student has a food allergy request, we have a purple kit. And we have a purple binder. The purple kit is also called the Allergen Safety Zone, which I'll go over in the next slide. But every student that has a customized need, we are going to complete this form. This form is an order form that goes directly to the executive chef. It's not online right this very second, so it's a paper form. I know, very, very old school, but it works. So what this form will do, it will get your name, it'll get the time of pickup, and your order that you are requesting. We have every station. We can customize pretty much at every station. So if you wanted from the grill a gluten-free turkey burger, that will go in the customized meal selection form space right there. And then this is just a way to us to recommunicate your allergens to our team, because the last thing I want anybody to do is forget, forget their allergen or not put things down. I have seen where students have forgotten their food allergies and they don't write it down, or they don't communicate. And I know it's not the way of the world right now for communication, but I really try to make sure I smooth out that process and I remove any of the anxiety from that, because I do want to make sure that that they're comfortable, and they feel, and the parents are comfortable as well eating with their dining halls. Within that station, to the purple binder, that will hold that personalized meal guide. So just in case you don't know what to eat, you don't know what to do, we can always reference to that guide, as a kind of a prompt for your customized meal. Um, and then every allergen is different. So I, we, everybody has different allergies and different needs. So this form really works in the sense where we can customize your preferences. I have one student that probably has 16 allergies. I have another one that just has one, but then can't have other things. So we just want to make sure we're always communicating to our staff appropriately, because we want to make sure everybody is safe. So here's a photo of the purple allergen safety zone. So when a student does ask for a customized meal, it will be made on this purple kit. The purple kit, we will have separate cookware, separate induction burner. So it'll limit the risk of cross contact. This kit is cleaned before and after every single use to make sure that everything is ready to go for the next meal. So you'll see these purple kits floating around. So if you do come for this weekend or you come for over summertime, we'll show you this kit, and we're ready to go. So we'll show you how we do allergen meals here. And by summer, who knows what else I roll out? Who knows? But this is what we do right now, and it works. And I think we're on the right track. So. But as always, safety is our first priority. I know it's not ideal for students to talk to people or kids to talk to people. I would just went to a conference 2 weeks ago, and every colleges are saying the same exact thing: how students are not communicating, they're not, reaching out, and it makes it hard for us because we want to make sure that we are doing the right thing, but they're not speaking up. So I just want to make sure that we do take safety very seriously here on campus. And we want you to feel comfortable dining with us. We don't want to question, this is your new home. You're going to live here for 4 years. So we want to make sure that we smooth out everything when you first get here, because it just you'll be so much happier. I promise. There have been times where I have students that come in the first week, we do the whole rundown, and they magically find their way around campus. So it's a really nice feeling to know that they feel happy with us, and they're able to, feel like this is their new home. So we take pride in that. So just a few best practices, that I've just noticed over the years. Always looking ahead on Nutrislice. For example, there are some nights that are heavily allergen containing, like, we have prime nights that may have some lobster, some fish Friday days that are every Friday. So if their allergies, depending on the severity of the allergy, just looking ahead, making sure that, you're not going to walk into something aromatic. We have, always speaking with me, because we can plan a day, we can plan a week. that purple form can be made, all throughout campus, all dining halls, and it's really able to, we can do it the time of or a week later. It's just depending on your schedule. I never like to do meal plans in the sense where to like regiment everybody's meals because all students like to do different things. They want to go with their friends, they want to go here. So I kind of leave it up to the student to make a decision as if they want scheduled meals. Um, some do, some like it. I have one student now that comes in 3 times a day at the same time every single day, and that's his thing. So really kind of based on your preferences. And like I said before, I don't want to stress anybody out. I want you to have a good onboarding experience here. So we'll sort through all of this in August when everybody comes onto campus. And also there are back with the labels. So that QR code is listed above the meal. So you can scan that QR code, confirm with the manager that is standing right there just to confirm, and you can make the decision whether you want to have it or not. But the information will be provided to you so if you feel comfortable, you can enjoy it. So West Side Dining is our nut sensitive facility, so there's no nuts or tree nuts. Um, so on that side of campus, we don't bring in any products, and we know our vendors. So if they do make any changes, we'll find out about it. But we typically won't cook with nuts. We won't bring any nuts in, including coconut as well. So because that always flags for a tree nut on our program. So if you do have a nut allergy or a nut, and if you feel comfortable, as you go through the dorming process, the west side of campus looks like that up there. The west side of campus doesn't have any nuts in it. So if you do, they usually put all the freshmen over here east side, which isn't a big deal. But just the west side doesn't have any nut ingredients or nut recipes at all. So when you're over at here at Eastside, we have to just double check and make sure. But typically we don't, but some days there may be like a peanut sauce floating around. So, but West Side, if you do want to get over to that side, and you want to be on that side of campus, and it's based on kind of like the housing and your preferences, really. But we can talk that in the questions or afterwards. So, but that's what it looks like right there. So this year we introduced online ordering for avoiding gluten eating. We say avoiding gluten because we're not a gluten-free kitchen, but we do take the steps to make sure that you can get gluten-free items. We're an open kitchen, but we do have this option, and we'll use the purple kit and purple area to prepare this item so there's no risk of cross contact. Okay. So things we can do gluten-free burgers, wraps, sandwiches, pasta. We have some fun cauliflower pizza, but we also have non-carbohydrate sources as well. So you can do like a grilled chicken with brown rice. You can do a grilled chicken and salad. If anything is like on the salad bar next to the croutons, we can pull things from the back. So we introduced this online ordering because gluten-free pasta and gluten-free burgers, like the breads usually have to be defrosted. So this kind of gives a 15-minute leeway, 20-minute leeway. It will print right from the register and the cashier will bring it to the manager. And then that's how that process happens. So this kind of gives like a half-hour leeway so you're not like racing for anything. And then the pickup location will be shown during our initial meeting, so you know where to go for your meal. And then you provide the time of pickup, and we have it ready for you. So this kind of takes away the waiting a little bit from the gluten-free option. And yeah, this one we rolled out this semester, so it'll be by the time the menus come up in August, we'll have a whole bunch of other stuff kind of popping up, which is exciting and fun. So let's just talk about what's around campus. This is some of the things that I practice with my students right now. So for example, if there's a wheat allergy or a gluten intolerance or celiac, we have brown rice, potatoes. We have a gluten-free pastas, gluten-free breads. We typically use the Udi's bread. But if there's a particular brand that you that you usually have, we can try to get it in from our vendor. So for example, the Udi's bread has egg in it. So I have a student that has um, they can't have gluten and egg, so I can't use Udi's for that student. So we have options to bring in other options, which is nice. So we have extra protein and made entrees. So we always have grilled chicken that we can do salt, pepper, or just put it on the grill. I do have some students with like that are usually on the FODMAP diet or just kind of or just sensitive to certain things. So we will boil chicken for them. We'll do kind of like the bland diet for them. We always have salad. We always have fruit, and we do have a buffet style serving station for within our dining locations. Which, as the first year, you'll most likely be going through there. We can always pull things from the back. The stations are very close, and this way, there's no risk of the cross contact because it is self-serve. We don't know what the students do. We watch it. We clean regularly, but just as a precaution, we always have stuff in the back ready to go. So Delancey Street, it's our kosher kitchen, but they don't have any. But milk and dairy is prohibited. So if there is a dairy allergy or a milk allergy, you can definitely go through that station. It's a separate kitchen because it's religious over there. So we got to make sure we follow those guidelines. But it works if you have a milk allergy. So we can go that route. Rooted is our plant-based station, so there's not going to be any fish, shellfish, egg, milk, no cheese, no butter. So it will remove any animal product, byproducts really. So that can kind of cover a lot of bases also. Um, Sometimes our fries that come in, we do have about like we're working through, but the fries, the frying space is a little bit convoluted. So if cross contact is an issue, we can always bake your fries for you or fry them in our purple pots and pans. Oils are typically vegetable oil or canola oil. Sesame oil is typically sometimes used in some stations at a stir fry station. We don't really go into the peanut oils anywhere. We don't go into any of that stuff. So, but if you have any questions about oil, we can, let's say you want to stir fry with gluten-free soy sauce. We could do brown rice with some vegetables with the gluten-free stir fry, and we can not use the sesame oil if you have a sesame allergy. So a lot of different things we can do that can be helpful. And I think knowing the resources, this is why we're all here, can be helpful around campus. So catering, there are some catering events, like I said in the beginning of the semester, and maybe throughout. Maybe if your RA wants to hold something, or you always want to communicate your allergy and your intolerances to your RA or your group leader, because when you communicate that to them, they will communicate it to us, and we'll make sure that you have a meal wherever you are prepared and ready for pickup. So we want to make sure that you can enjoy parties and catering events too. So if you do have any events coming up and you do want to reach out, we can definitely get that set up for you, because we want you to enjoy it, like I said. But at those catering events, we will have gluten-free options, and we will have kosher and halal options. But once we start trickling into the other allergens, those have to be kind of prepared ahead of time. So I'm just going to go through Nutrislice. I just want to show kind of the background of it, so you see what we have going on. So here's the front page. Whole bunch of fun stuff that's happening. We have Craft, which is typically our salad location. We have East Side Dining. This is all our locations. So let's go into East Side. So we have our stations, and we're going to update all these photos for the fall because I'm tired of them. So we know all new stuff. Well, it's a whole new year. So we have our chef's table, right? So here we have we have shrimp tonight. This is a good example. So we have shrimp. There's flags for these options over here. And as you see, the ingredients are listed over here. And we have the nutritional information up top. And here's a description that we have added in, just like a fast reference. When you go to scan your QR code, it will lead you right to this page. So you can look at the menus at a daily view. You can look at the weekly view to see what's happening. You can even look at a monthly view to see what's happening. The menus will load for about 2 weeks out, but I know what's happening on the menu a month out if we need to ask those questions. So here we go through the route station, and you'll see the highlights are highlighted, so you can actually filter out. So I can cross out all this stuff, and it will cross out things that you're unable to have. Um, and then we can go to the grill, and it goes through everything really. And we really try to make sure, and we check before each meal that whatever recipe is going out, this has been updated to the recipe. Um, what I like to do over summer, going back to the menu stuff, before I even post this online, we go through the menus, we go through the ingredients, we go through the recipes. And like I said before, we have 27,000 recipes going across the whole entire 2,700 recipes going across, syncing over to Nutrislice. So it's a pretty extensive project, but it's really when the project is done, it's really beautiful. And we also have mobile ordering as well. So if you wanted to order ahead of time, you can order ahead of time. This is our Roth station. Roth is up by the lake, and we just added kiosk ordering up there. So you can, anything with a plus sign, you can order from online, which is a new thing we added in the fall. So we have stations like uh Cocina Fresca, let's just say. That's our similar to Chipotle. So you're gonna get the brown rices, you're gonna get the black beans, you're gonna get the burritos that are here too. And we do have gluten-free wraps floating around. But the more I know in August, the more I can bring in August. So it's really important that we go over all, we can run through this stuff. Um, and then yeah, so we have food trucks on here. If you're an athlete, we'll have the training table up here as well. Um, and then we have Starbucks. We have two Starbucks on campus. So we have Starbucks on here, and we have a Pete's Coffee House, which is our bagel shop. So we have stuff all over the place that students can enjoy. And if you click on East Side Dining Retail, we have a whole other options in here that are fun to have. So, and then here's the Lancy. Um, so, and this is, so obviously this is flagging for a nut, and we'll put it in the name also. But it's always good to click on it and read the ingredients. And then it's always good to speak to a manager before and just to confirm. I always like to encourage that when you're at the time of eating, to speak to a manager. It's a good way to get that communication going. They will most likely see you coming, and they'll most likely have your answers already had planned. If once we get that dialogue going, so that's why it's really important, and we'll get that sorted out in the beginning. Um, then, so this year we were actually nominated for a fair. If you know about the fair and their research, it's a number one resource for food allergy and research and intolerance. So we were just nominated this year, which was really nice. I just went to that conference, so we're part of that. 25 schools applied for it for the community choice award. We were out of 8, so it was nice to get that recognition and and uh and enjoy it really. And then all of our trainings, so the staff is trained on a yearly basis, but we do micro learnings throughout the year. We're Fair Check certified trained, so we work with Fair, and we work with that organization to make sure that we're up to date with our information. And then if any resources come out with Fair, they will give me the first information. That's when it comes down the pipeline. So it's nice to know any allergy alerts, any product changes, any things like that. So And then we can lead to the Q&A. But this QR code is going to lead me to a form that I created. If you don't mind, it'd be really helpful for me to get to know everybody. If you scan this QR code, and we can we'll put it, we'll send it out again. But this QR code will almost get my roster signed up, and it'll get your name on a list to make sure that I get in contact with you in August. It's so I just like to make sure that I'm not missing anybody. So if you can scan this QR code, fill out the form. This will let me know what kind of students are going to be on campus. I like to make sure that everybody has a chance to eat. So if you can fill that out, that'll be fantastic. And then just a link here, you can go on the campus dining website and see all of the other stuff we have. The dietitian here, which is myself, had a mobile order of the hours, where to eat, kind of other fun things. And you can flip through our campus dining guide, which will give other information for this year. So that's it. So I just really encourage, if you do have any, if you can complete that QR code, because it just helps me organize myself for August. And that's it. I'm gonna
That's
stop sharing my
amazing
screen.
information. It's all that you do. How many students do you work with usually a semester?
I work with, so usually depends on the year, but it usually, like, I had about 50 this year. It's just making sure, and that's those that have come up with me. Sometimes I just tell myself that I do a great job. I do a great job in the beginning, and hopefully it all works out. But I just like to make sure that there's a lot of them in the beginning that came to work with me. And then they all just found their way. So which is nice, right? So it
Yes.
gets a little crazy in the beginning, and then they just go, and then all of a sudden they graduate, and I say this, and I get older.
That's great. We had a question about whether Nutrislice is used SUNY wide, or is that specific to Stony Brook?
Just for Stony Brook.
Okay.
Yeah, just for Stony Brook. I'm sure other schools may use Nutrislice, but they have other programs that their campus may offer.
Yeah, so always check with your school.
Mhm.
If you're not coming to Stony Brook, boo. But
Yeah,
if you just go somewhere else, we support you, but you would want to definitely check with their campus dining.
yeah,
And we had a few questions that were pre-submitted, and a lot you did cover,
yeah.
actually all of them, but I know we had some guests join us kind of mid-presentation.
Okay.
Um, we had one question that's in here now. It says, when you talked about the allergy request form,
Yep.
is that something they're asking that they do every time they go eat, or is it a one-time thing that is then available at all the dining locations?
So, every time that you come in, and I know it sounds daunting probably when you first do it, but it's really it really is. It provides a sense of security that you communicated your allergy to the staff. It provides that I have a shellfish allergy. I can't eat this, and this way we know that. Not that I'm making it up, but if there was shrimp over by the pasta station, like we can't we're not going to go over there. Like, it's going to be in a place where it doesn't, um, the cross contact is limited. The kit that we have is prepared. It will be popped up to and not around any location that has any of the potential allergens that can get in it. So it will be done. It needs to be done before every single meal, but once you get that dialogue going with the staff, they can you can be like, "Hey, I'm gonna come for lunch," and then, like, we'll help fill it out, right? I have one student that does it 3 times a day, and it's the request form that he gets his gluten-free bread, and then he gets it and he leaves. So we will know your order. And working into next semester, like, I always have these thoughts in my head, but like, do I do a one form and then a log book otherwise? So, the for right now, it's before every meal. It may change if I get creative, but right now, one per meal, it works. So
Yeah, it sounds like a good way to make sure,
Yeah,
like for me, I would want to know that before every meal I was good.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I love that. We had a question about is it possible to avoid seed oils throughout campus dining? And it sounded like almost everywhere that was possible.
Yeah, and it's just ordering ahead of time, right? So I would like to know, and I have a student now, that can't have seed oils, right? So it's just matter of kind of finding where your typical footpath will go. So if you're always coming through East Side Dining, we always use the vegetable oils and the canola oils, but just to make sure, we can prepare your stuff separately without any of the oils. We have that as well. So just knowing what to do, really. So
And so we have a question about if you could provide examples of vegetarian food for dairy allergy students.
yeah. So one thing is going through Delancey because that is a religiously you can't have milk there. So that's a natural way to not have dairy. We have vegetarian options there as well. But we also have in our dining halls you can do like sliced tofu. We can season some tofu up, but we also have that rooted station. So we'll start with that rooted station. I know it's not vegetarian, but it starts as vegan, so there's no milk at that station either. So we'll start there, and then if you wanted to add some, we have veggie burgers too. We have garden burgers that we can add, and then we also can play on the kind of doing like a chickpea dish. We have chickpeas floating around and just working on the complementary proteins where you combine the rice and the beans together. So the Ruta station will be the first place to go because we can't have milk there either. And then we can always add on to it and supplement as we need.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we have a question about when when can I start using the dining hall?
So I think they're working out the information now, but if you don't quote me, but I think the freshman, I think it starts the day of this semester. But I'm not entirely sure because of welcome week. I'm not sure the dates in my head between welcome week and that. Not sure when you can actually start using your meal plan, but it's within the first 2 weeks. Then
Yeah,
if you check on the Campus Dining website, that link right there, it'll probably tell you in like a month from now.
yeah, welcome week is probably somewhere between August 19th and 25th.
Yeah.
The first day of classes is Monday, August 26th.
Right.
So,
Right.
but everyone has different move-in dates. And if you're
Yeah. Yeah.
you're not necessarily on campus that whole week. So if someone is eating that week, would they would have seen you or talked to you that week?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
we'll be in contact. So this is why this QR code is sitting up here so everybody can fill out this form. Because I'll know in August, okay, I have a dairy over here I need a dairy. I need to make sure that there's a dairy free meal over at East Side. Okay. And then I go, okay, I need to make sure that there's a sesame free meal over at this side. What can they eat? Right. So I will. I plan ahead, and then and we'll always have like in the first week, we'll always kind of like prep ourselves for just plain meals, and allergy friendly meals. This way, it's a fast grab. And then, like I said before, there are catering events, but we typically, if your RA reaches out to me, we'll make sure we have stuff available
Yeah. And
besides
so
just
we
food.
have a really good question. Is it primarily the dining halls that take allergies into account? What about Starbucks or food trucks, since those aren't as controlled environments?
So
Um,
it's all a control environment.
Fatal food allergies,
Yep,
which is
no. We
important.
all control environment. And we always have managers in every single one. Even if you go to Starbucks down the road, they're not an allergy-free, space either. So, and they're changing those regulations as we speak, right? But our on campus, we oversee the entire campus, right? So if someone has an allergy, like we will speak to a manager to make sure that we love our student workers. They're great, but we will make sure that your drink and your allergy need is communicated with a manager. There's always somebody there that will make sure that there's no steam milk floating into someone else's drink. I know we can't promise everything, but we'll make sure that it's we'll do what we need to do to clean the lines or whatever, just to make sure that you can get what you need. The food trucks too. The food trucks are a close. It's a truck. So it's a tighter space. We just have to make sure that whatever your preferences are, we'll have it ready for you, and we can even know you're coming. Then we can we'll have it ready, prepared for you almost before you get there. The food trucks they're all around campus, and they're dining dollars. They're not the meal plan. So you can use your $9 for that. So, um, we can definitely accommodate that, just making sure we know ahead of time because they do travel around frequently.
We have a good question about, so where do I eat during Welcome Week? But I think that East and West are open, right, during Welcome
Yeah,
Week?
they're gonna open slowly. So East, I think they're working out the information right now. So I don't even know that information. But so they're working. I think East, like last year, like East opened first, and then like it started to trickle down into other things. So that's also on the Campus Dining website, and that'll be updated over the next few weeks. So
Right. And once everyone, again, congratulations on your admission if you were
oh,
accepted.
thank you. Yeah, no, yeah.
I was just looking at the Welcome Week information isn't posted yet on the new student website. So
Yeah.
usually it starts in May because they're figuring out all of these things. So it's a little early, but you'll see right now it still says winter welcome. So you can
Oh,
kind of idea of how Welcome Week works because it's very similar winter summer. So it'll kind of mimic that, but then just with updates for this year. So they'll explain everything to you, and you'll have plenty of time to contact Laura if you have any concerns about that week
yep.
specifically. So don't worry.
Don't
uh,
worry. Don't
yeah,
worry. And then we'll have a full meet and greet. We'll do tours, we'll do whatever we need to make sure that you drop your child off and you feel happy about it.
this is actually a really good question. So let's say I look at the digital labels and I talk to a manager, but I'm like, if I'm comfortable with what the meal is based on what I've read, would I still want to fill out the allergen form
So
each?
that's only if you want a customized meal, right? We can if so like let's just say we have a chicken and rice dish on the line and the third option was something that you have an allergy to. You can still ask a manager, but we'll pull the stuff from the back. We won't pull the stuff from the front. That you don't need a form for. It's just making sure we get it from the back. If there is a sauce on the chicken, right? And you want the chicken, but you don't want the sauce, that will require the form only because that chicken is prepared ahead of time to be ready for time of service. So if you really want the honey glazed chicken and you don't and you're or the and you don't want the making it up and you don't want the bacon on it, we can make it for you. We just need to know ahead of time to make sure that we can prepare it separately from the batch, preparation that we have going on. Um, then that's like the main entree, like the main station, like the main chef's table. We have the vegan station, but at the grill is easily accessible because we have the gluten-free breads right there. So if we wanted the same sandwich on gluten-free bread, just fill out the form and then we'll put all the accessories together, using the kit and separately, so
Yeah, that customization is really nice, especially because Stony Brook has 18,000 undergraduate students, just
yeah.
about, give or take.
Yeah.
What, 8,000 graduate students? So
Yeah.
that's
I mean, it's an interesting, situation, food allergies, so we don't wanna make it crazy. We do wanna make it really inclusive, really inclusive experience. We don't wanna leave anybody out as best we can.
so I think I can answer this one. Is the meal plan included in tuition? The tuition cost is actually just your academic tuition. So on the Stony Brook, and if you're on the admissions website under costs, you'll see estimates for what the tuition, the meal plan options, and the dining options were for this current year. And then in the summer, there'll be updates for next year. But you can also look at the I'll put the link in the chat for this year, just so you have an idea of what the fall 2020 3 to 2024 meal plans were. And there's a lot that these might all be different next year because every year we
Yeah.
seem to change things, but just as a guide to give you an idea of, Wolfie Deluxe, 25 per semester with $500 dining, and all of these kind of terms you'll learn over the summer.
Yeah.
You don't have to know everything right now.
No.
It kind of describes like how many meal swipes, how many guest swipes, who's eligible for it. You don't actually have to be a campus resident to have a meal plan. You can live off campus or commute to campus from home or live in an off campus housing
Right.
and have a meal plan. So you could still, take advantage of all of these benefits. But there's all different types of budget plans. So you get to choose that. We don't make
Yeah.
you choose anything specific. We have more questions. Okay, we have 2 more minutes. All right, let's see. We have a thank you. You're welcome. We're happy to help. We already did the meal plan covered. Okay, good. So any final words of, for our admitted students and prospective students about anything?
Anything? Yeah, the best thing I can say is, and really, if I don't know who you are, I can't help you. So that's kind of like the biggest thing, right? If we need to be in contact, because I can't emphasize enough how students just don't want to communicate, and it really puts strain and stress on their livelihood here at Stony Brook, right? So we can do a lot of things. So I would just really reach out to me. This QR code is over here. I'll put the link in probably my signature on my email because as is tis the season. But I just really want to encourage that we want to get that communication going. And I'm a nice person. We're nice people. Like we're nice. We give you food if you just ask for it.
Yeah,
So
we're
we
here
want to make
for
it
you.
nice and fun.
And I think it can seem intimidating and overwhelming at first, just
Yes.
college in general. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you could make this one really important part of your life this easy, go for it. That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Whole
very
bunch of stuff.
reassuring to me in admissions to know that, we don't have to worry that, someone's going to have an allergic reaction on campus because they ate the wrong
Yeah.
thing. It's preventable if they take these steps.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, I listen, and if hopefully that never happens. But we always have medical staff, here. And if you do have an allergen, we always just encourage you to bring your EpiPen and all of that, right? So, keep yourself, because we are open kitchens, right? We're not allergen free of anything. But we do take the precautions to make sure things are out, that things can be made without the allergens and the cross contact. But we just want to make sure you always keep your stuff on you. Um, just in case, God forbid, anything happens. But with the stuff that we have in place, we have a pretty solid program. So it's just making sure you speak to us, speak to the manager, and we will get through the 4 years, I promise, and you will have a great time. Just think, in the 4 years from now, so you gotta cook for yourself.
exactly. Take advantage of this now.
So you literally could have your personal chef if you really wanted to. You really plan this out. But we want to make you're gonna live here now, right? So we want to make sure it's a comfortable, nice environment. We don't want you to stress. Everything is manageable. You just have to communicate and get in touch with me. This QR code right there, fill it out. But just get in touch with me so I can get you where you need to be. That's it.
That's
That's all I got.
Thank you so much. We will have the recording available on the Stony Brook Admissions YouTube page within the next few days. And thank you so much, Laura. It was great
Yeah.
to meet you
Yes,
virtually.
I
And
know.
everyone, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and hopefully we'll see you on campus soon.
Yeah.
Good
Thank you. Have a good evening.